Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, it's about the loyalty chest 2 priority tier list. So I do see a lot of people asking about like the loyalty chest 2, which is the one that we can able to buy from the shop here. The loyalty chest 2, the Esper Rezo that we're able to get. So keep note, this box here can only get their Rezo. You cannot get the first copy. So I'm assuming you have their first copy before you're asking this question. So this tier list will go for R2 and R6 priority. Right, so I'll go through one by one and I'll tell you that why do I think they are worth the getting the Rezo and also the R6. Okay, so first one, Luis, instantly to know. Okay, nothing much to talk about Luis, it's just straight up bad. Alright, then for Nama wise, if we take a look here, Nama R2 effect gives his stat increase to 12, and every time he use the strike, which is the S3, then will get 2 stack of the extra stack to get for his passive. So I would say is no, because it doesn't really shine too much when Nama is just at R2. Okay, then for tricky part here, tricky R2 effect. S3 here inflicts speed down on the target for 2 turns, even though it seems like a very simple effect. But if you, the moment you really use tricky, because you use S3, you dispel everyone's buff, and then you apply misread up on the target. And if you actually apply a speed up to the target as well, it's a pretty annoying because it will mess up their skill rotation. And also one debuff means if they really dispel the speed down debuff, they will also get trigger his passive. So I would say it's a not bad reso for tricky if you really want to go for it. Okay, then for height here, R2 effect wise, your stack will not be clear in subsequent round, but to be honest, in our current content in the game, there's no longer a content that really needed this stack that doesn't clear in subsequent rounds. So I would say straight up no, it's not really needed at all. Okay, then for Biotina here, R2 effect, to Tsunami, the target dispel changed to 2 targets. So if you use Biotina in Dark Starlord, and if you want to go for R2, it's not really that needed as well, because most of the time Biotina will dispel on the boss instead of the 2 other mob. And in other content in the game, Biotina won't be really dispelling anything else, or won't be good in anything else other than Dark Starlord. So I would say no. Okay, then for Phantom Sister here, R2 effect, max cooldown +2 for the turn, but you can select a fallen ally, and if the ally is fallen, they will revive and heal them. So basically, it makes your R2, this buff here, the one that can heal everyone, instead of just healing everyone, you can also revive now. So I would say this is actually a good value for Phantom Sister, because you make a healer that cannot revive someone into someone that can revive. So it might help you in early to mid game stages if you really need a healer and you don't have other healer and reviver. Phantom Sister will come in handy sometimes. And if you are still using her in Philosophical Fantasy in your current gameplay, the revive might come in handy as well, because sometimes the revive also comes in 1 invincibility, if I'm not mistaken. If you revive and then you trigger your R2 effect here, this one, invincibility for 1 turn, so it will guarantee that target to survive for and actually take 1 turn. Alright, so I'll say the best value for R2 wise. Then for Changji, R2 effect is also where he started to shine. So R2 effect here, the Cosmic Writing, which is his S3 effect here, instead of mirroring the HP, which means let's say you're 90% HP, my ally is 20% HP, I will make them from 20% to 90% because I mirror the HP. Instead of that, I am actually swapping the HP. So your 90% will become mine 20% will become yours, something like that. So it's actually a best value for Changji as well in terms of R2 effect. Then the next one will be Elaine. Okay, then for Elaine wise, okay, where's Elaine? Oh wait, Elaine is a wind type. Okay, Elaine R2 effect has a chance of ignoring some defense when attacking enemy without sleep. So Elaine is most used in Probator. Other than Probator, sometimes you might use her for fighting Anna in the lower tier. In higher tier you won't be using Elaine, but in like mid game tier, you might use Elaine to kill Anna. Is a good way as well, and she have a chance to ignore some defense when attacking enemy without sleep. And it will become 100% that will ignore some defense when attacking enemy with sleep, and her kit is surrounding with sleep, and her R2 effect here, let's see here, this one is night raid, so it's the night raid is S1. Okay, S1 here, passive, Elaine's attack won't interrupt sleep and that will ignore 25%. So this is a 50% chance, but instead of 50% chance, it will increase to 100% chance. This will increase her DPS against Probator, and Elaine is still one of the best Esper to make the Probator in terms of making it sleep. So I would say Elaine R2 is also one of the best value. Okay, then the next one is Intisa. So Intisa here, R2 effect is also pretty good. So Intisa, when without stealth mode, launches a pursuit attack with transmit virus. So transmit virus is your S3, which means when you don't have a stealth mode, when you are no longer in invisible mode, then you launch with S3. So you can use S1, do attack someone, and then if you're not in stealth mode, then you pursuit attack with an S3 and deal extra damage. So it's a very good value as well in terms of R2 effect. Okay, then maybe you ask like, why am I not covering R4 effect? Because most of their R4 effect is just like this, like increase some special things like speed or some little healing that doesn't really change too much. So I'll straight away go into the R6 effect. Okay, then for R6 effect, first thing, Luis, straight away go to the note here. We don't even need to talk about Luis about him. Then the next one, Intisa R6 effect, the attack up target has been changed to all ally, which means your attack up that gains for yourself, the one here, gains attack up for 2 turns, is just for herself. Instead of herself, she is going to be a buffer. They're going to buff everyone with attack up. So I don't think it really that matters, because usually when you play Intisa, your team usually have one buffer as well. So I don't think the attack up buff is worth the R6 value. So I would say it's kind of between no or not bad, somewhere here. But in my own opinion, I will rate her at no, because I won't judge the attack up for everyone in her team that high value. Okay, then for the next one is Elaine. Elaine R6 effects will make her, Elaine will always be in Night Goddess mode. This Night Goddess mode will give her stealth mode and transfer 1 debuff from each ally to the target, and also increase the enemy miss rate plus 10%. So this thing here is very good in PvP and also in PvE effect as well. It works very good, and this will also be very consistent in Predator as well, because if usually you only get 2 turns of Night Goddess, then after that you will have like around 1 to 2 turns without the Night Goddess buff, which means you cannot go into stealth mode, you cannot transfer debuff, and you cannot have increased their miss rate. So if she goes to R6, then she's actually able to make the team survival consistent, a lot more consistent, because of the miss rate, and also the transfer debuff will make it come in handy as well. Okay, then the next one is Changji. Changji R6 effect here. Before swapping AP, will raise AP for all allies. This is an AP push thing. So even though Changji is no longer in the meta, but if we just want to look at the effect wise, it's actually worth the not bad and best value. Is around between here. But the fact that I don't really see a lot of Changji in the content now, although in PvP and PvP as well, so I would say it's not bad not until best, because I don't really see Changji's value that high. Okay, then the next one, Phantom Sister. Okay, Phantom Sister R6 effect, the target for dispelling debuff changes to all allies. So this debuff here is just one ally, it will dispel all debuff, but now with the R6 effect here, the cleanse debuff is actually to all allies. So you dispel all debuff from all allies. So this is a very good thing if you go to R6, and if you really use her, then this effect will come in handy. So I would say it's not bad. Okay, then for Tricky R6 effect. Tricky R6, the HP reduction won't be lower down than 15% of the target's max HP. This effect won't kill the target. So this thing here, right, will increase his effect of the passive by a lot. Right, so this thing here I would say is either not bad to best here as well, but personally I don't think Tricky relies that effect too much, so I will rate him at not bad tier. Okay, then the next one, Biotina. So Biotina R6 effect, ignore defense no longer has a condition. So usually when you want to ignore some defense, you have to make sure that, where is it? Biotina can take what action? Oh, here. So you can ignore the defense, but you have to be enemy is not buff. So if enemy got buff on them, you are not able to trigger this 100% defense ignore. So with R6, you no longer have a condition, which means if enemy have a buff on them, you will still ignore 100% of their defense. So I do see some player, very few players that actually use R6 Biotina to kill Wu Yu team. So with that said, I would say it's a not bad choice. Okay, then the next one will be height. Height here, R6 effect was where he start to be strong and useful. He can, even though he's not in the meta now, but he can be used in like GVG or knockout. If you really need a team, you can just put height and with other 4 Esper together. So, and you get 10 stack of breath of the deep at the start of the combat, which makes where height starts to be strong. Okay, so I would say best value as well. If the loyalty chest you pick is gonna make him R6. Then the last one will be Narmer. Okay, Narmer R6 is also where he become his strongest performance, because the moment you reach the Burning Sun, it reaches the max stack, then he instantly cast S3. So this thing here will make your Narmer no longer need to actively cast your S3. As long as you fulfill the condition, which is the Burning Sun stack reaches the max, then you are able to cast your S3 even though when you are without taking your own action. So I will rate R6 Narmer the best value as well. Okay, so this is my loyalty chest priority tier list. So it really depends. Like some of it, let's say your Elaine is at R4, then Tricky is on R3 or R5. Then it really depends on, do you really want to push Elaine's stats higher, or you want to push Tricky closer to the reso. But if you ask me which one would I go for, if I am like R2 above already, then this will be the tier list that I'm going for. I will more focus on these 3 Esper instead of the other Esper here. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any question or if you have any comments about this loyalty priority tier list for the loyalty box 2, feel free to comment down and share your thoughts as well. And which Esper you are going to pick for, you can also share your thoughts. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JenMP, Rosas15, Molcult Regally, The Bluest Trelane, Pidget Roulette, Kemi, thank you so much for the support. And for the supporter and patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Code Wardeners, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwalks, Rimu, Choni, Von Hexa, Luxley, Rawson Bessie, Antonio Winterspoon, Marlene Williams, and Uncle Chat. And that's not all. Also special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chats. This chat here is only for the latest 10 super chat member will be listed here. So thank you for Agni, Choni, Ziggy, Pidget's Roulette, Code Wardeners, and Rosas15. Thank you so much for the support, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Bye bye.